Welcome LEGO fans, I'm Holger, the Austrian brick fan from Carinthia in Austria, and today I want to give you a short overview of all LEGO Technic space sets that are released in 2024 so far. That are 4 sets released in March 2024 under the Technic space theme. 3 of them are like this style. One is this planet Earth model, and then there is an additional poly bag that is not labeled LEGO Technic Space, but of course belongs to this topic, to this theme. And this is the small poly bag. This one is released in January 2024, and it's a micro scale version of the NASA Mars rover Perseverance we got as a large-scale model last year. And this is the one I think we start with. I switch on the other camera. This set consists out of 83 pieces, and the price is around about $5 or €4. And it has also some functionality. When we turn this here, this one turns left and right. We can adjust this here manually. We can turn this here manually. And of course, we have a working suspension on the 3-axle system here. You see, you can move this one here and also this. And you can steer a little bit. I will show it from the upper side. It's easier. You see, there's a little bit of steering possible. I think for a polybag set this is quite nice, and it looks for some things equal to the big one. Okay, this was the small polybag, and then we have the big ones released in March, and I make a little bit space here on the table, and we will start with the smallest one. I must scroll down here on my info page because I cannot remember all facts. This one is set number 42178, the Surface Space Loader LT78. The set consists of 435 pieces and is sold for $35 or euros. And what we have is a hand of God steering. In this case, the back wheels are for steering. And then we have a small crane. I will change the camera again. This is working all manual. We can move this one here, so this moves to the left. And then we can use this here. And this container here, what is also openable here on both sides, that can be carried at this point here and also moved up a little bit, but it cannot be loaded to the vehicle. And then we have here this red thing, and when we turn it, you see the front axle moves down. There's a small actuator here that does this function. And then you see we have a shorter wheelbase. And the cockpit is higher than before. And we can move it down again. You see, it works quite fast. And in the front we have those 2 tools here. I will switch on again the camera. We have here this one, and on the other one we have a small arm like this. Yep, this was the smallest set, and we also have here a hook that we can carry it. And it can also be picked up by the bigger set. I will show you later, because the next one The next biggest is the set number 42179, the planet Earth and Moon in orbit set. This is this one here. And we have here the Sun, of course, the Earth and the Moon. And we can turn here and then it works like in real life. Of course, we can't see it in real life because we are very, very small here on the Earth. And we can simulate a complete year. I will turn back. So this one is the most technically set, I think, out of this wave, because it uses the most tooths and gears. And there is also written here the light phases of the Sun, of the Moon. And here are the months written on it: March, April, May, June, and so on. So this is a nice science set, I think. It consists out of 526 pieces and the price is $75 or 80 euros. I think there's not too much to say about this set. Then I think we will move forward to the third one. I have not on the table here because there's not enough space. And this is this one here. This is set number 42181. It's the VTOL Heavy Cargo Spaceship LT-81. The set consists out of 1,365 pieces and is sold for $110 or 100 euros. And we have here this handlebar. You can put your hand easily in. And from here there are also steered the functions. So we have here the black gear. With the black gear we can control the landing gears, you see. I will show you later in the other camera, then you can see it better. And the blue one, we can turn the engines. So it's quite nice. And the red thing here, with this one, we can control the crane hook here. You see? And this is also the set I showed you before, can also be carried with this one. And then we can move it up again and down again. So you can see here, when I move the red thing here on top, functionality is like this. And the landing gear works like this. And also the cockpit is moving a little bit to the left and to the right when we turn it. Yeah, that are the functions of this one here. And there's also, I will put it again on the ground to have space on the table. There is this container included. It can be opened from both sides, but I think one side is enough. And there is this small rover also included. And we can put the antenna, and then we have also a steering system. I hope you can see enough. And we can move these little wings here. So quite nice, I think. And the biggest set out of this wave is this one here. This is the Mars Crew Exploration Rover, consisting out of 1,599 pieces and is sold for $150 or euros. And this one is the only one that is based on NASA Mars rover concepts. It's written here on the box also. So this is not out of completely fantasy. It is based on concepts from the NASA. And we have a working suspension with swing axles, the front and in the back. so we can also move about obstacles and so on. And we have a hand of God steering on the top. And what both sets here have are the new tires in this light gray. That they are completely new. We never had tires in this color, I think, in the Technic range. And this one has also some functions. We can move down at the back end, this here. So, but I will move it up again. Then we have here this small crane we can turn. With this one here, we can do this. This here is manually. And then there is the crane hook. You can move again. And maybe it's possible to pull this vehicle here, but there's no real thing we can attach the hook to. So maybe I must turn it around it like this. It's not enough, there's no grip. Okay, this is not possible. And I think it would be a little bit too heavy to move it. But with this crane we can unload here this container. There's also a small rover inside. I can show you again in the other camera. With 2 arms here and also suspension on the 3 axles. So this is quite nice, I think. And then we have here this one we can open. This seems to be a generator for energy or something like that. And then we can pull out this one here. And here are 8 from these pieces in 4 different colors. You can also transport with the crane, and we can move this here. And then the main functionality of this set is we can remove on both sides this 2 parts, and then we can shorten it like this. Then you can put again this in, and then you have a much smaller vehicle. And why this functionality exists is easy to explain, because it's based on concepts from the NASA, and the vehicle is in this style too long to carry it with a spaceship, and that's the reason it must be shortened like this, and then it can be carried easier. That's the reason for this. I was happy that I could talk to the designers of this one here and this one here at the Fan Media Days in Billund last year, and they explained us all this and why this happened and so on. Also, and what is also possible here, we can open here this area, then we have access to the living area. The only thing I think is the scale from the cockpit we can also open, and the living area doesn't match. The seats in front are too big in relation to this here behind, but I think it's a play set, so not so important. Okay, that was my overview about this 4 sets plus the polybag. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye bye.